How to use Obsidian to track goals and personal growth. Obsidian helps you capture and organize your goals. It helps you track your progress and milestones, reflect on personal growth over time, and link your goals to habits, tasks, and projects. So, in order to start tracking your goals and your personal growth, you are going to go to your web browser and type in Obsidian. You're going to install Obsidian and then run it. When you open the app, you will come into a place which looks something like this. If you are new to Obsidian, then you will have probably just a welcome note here, and you won't have all of these notes down here. And I'll show you how that would look in a bit. So this is Obsidian. You have all your notes here, and this is one note where I have some images put up. This is the graph view, which you can get from here, and this is how your notes are going to look like when they are linked with one another. So we have this and how it is linked, how these are linked to each other. So this is what basically Obsidian is going to look like, just to give you sort of an idea. So once you have opened Obsidian, you are going to come down here, and if you are new, you would have created a new vault. But if you already have other vaults, for example, if I go down here, I have all these vaults here. So when I want to create a new one, I'm going to go to manage vaults. Going to click on create a new vault. I'm going to give the vault a name, and then I'm going to place a location for it. I've named it goals and growth vault, and I put in the location, click on create. And there we go, our new vault has been created. So you definitely do want to create different vaults for different purposes on Obsidian so that all your data stays organized, all your notes and files are organized according to whatever project you are working on. And you can really differentiate between the projects. So if I go here, I have a lot of different vaults, and I use them to manage different aspects of my life and different projects that I am working on. So here we are on our growth and goals vault, and this is what a new vault looks like. You're going to have your welcome notes for those of you who have just started Obsidian and just created your first vault. This is what it's going to look like. You'll have your welcome note here, and you'll have the graph view over here. So what you're going to do in order to start organizing your goals and just monitoring your growth is you're going to go up here and you're going to start creating your notes. So you go here to create your notes, you go up here and you click here and you can create a new note. If you go here, you can create a new folder and then you can sort those. You also have the graph view. So if you go here, you can open up this graph view because if you can close this as well. And then down here, you have some templates if you put those in, and you have a daily note as well. If you open that, you get your daily note with the date on top. So as soon as you form a new note, you create a new note, it's going to appear in the graph view over here, just like this. And then you can click on it and you can edit this. So you can give it a new title and then that title will be displayed. I'm just going to exit this. If you remove the graph view from here, in order to get that back, you click over here. And then if you remove the split screen, you go up to the three dots and you click on split right, and then it gets split like this. And then here, you're going to open up your note, and then you can view two things simultaneously. So what I'm going to do first of all, in order to start managing my goals and for growth, I'm going to write my first note. I'm going to go here. I'm going to change the title. I'm going to name this goals. So these are all the goals that I have in mind, and I'm going to just start jotting down the different goals that I have. So my first goal could be write a book. The second one is going to be, so this is my note with all of my goals on it. I have like 4 or 5 goals, and I really need to execute these. So in order to do that, now I'm going to start creating links in here. So over here, if you see there aren't any links, you could create a link by clicking here and then create a link with this welcome note here, but I've just made a new note called goals, and I'm going to create links with this. So I'm going to put in the links because I want to write a book. So when I come to the goals note page, I want to be able to click here on book and then go to all the details of the book. For example, action notes on how I can go about making the writing the book, or what actions I really need to take, what tasks do I need to complete in order to have completed this goal. So if I click on book, I want to be able to go there. So I'm going to make a link over here by adding in square brackets. So 2 square brackets that you are going to put in. open and close, and there we go. We have a link which has been created with goals, which is book, but it does not have a note of its own. If you come here, there's no note on it. So the link is book. Now I'm going to go down and online course. So I want to have notes on online course as well. Then when I go down, that link has been created with goals. If you see on the graph view, then I have movie screening. So I'm going to create and then start a brand, another link, and then we have Instagram content. So another link has been created. Now you can see, enter, all of these links have been created. So many goals, right? Now let's go ahead and create detailed action notes on completing these goals. So first I'm going to go to book, and there we go, book. A note on a book has been created. And now I'm going to note down all the things that I need to do. So I need a draft. So write, draft, and then etc., all the things that I would have to do to write my book. Then I have online course. I'm going to go to online course. Now I have a note for that. Let me just exit this here, bring in the graph view, split the screen, and then here I want to open now. So in goals, I have book, and if I go to book, I have the book note here. Now goals, and this is the book, I have notes on it. If I go back to goals here, write a book, if I click on book, I come here. If I go to online course, I come over here. Then what else do I need to go to? If I go to, then I have notes on online course. What else do I need notes on? Instagram content. Then I'm going to create notes on that. Then I could go back to goals from here too. So go back to goals, and then I have movie screening, note created on that. And I would just note down all the different notes. Then I have, go back to goals, brand, details on that, go back to goals, Instagram content, notes on that. So these are all of the notes that I have now. And I'm going to open the graph view again. There we go. So I go to goals and I have all these notes over here. Now I want to go back to book, and then it has details on the actions that I need to take in order to complete my goal of writing a book. So I have write a draft. So I'm going to create links for that as well. Write a draft. Now, what else am I going to have to do? So, for example, I might have to write drafts. I might have to make character sketches and then different things that I would have to do. And then later, I would even go into more detail on each of these. So I've created new links after book, and then I want to go to write draft here. And then this is where I would write my draft. And then going back to book, I have character sketches. So I'll go here and I'll have character sketches for, character 1, and then I'll have character 2, and then 3, and I'll write all their sketches. So if I go back to the graph view, I would see how my goals are linked all the way to the actions. So I have goals, then I want to write a book, and then how am I going to do that? Write a draft and do the character sketches and all those. And then in write draft, I can add further steps in that as well. So I could just click here, go to the draft and all that. So that is how you can really visually see all the links, how your goals are linked to the actions, and then how when you complete so and so actions, they would lead you closer and then closer to your goals, and then you would finally achieve those goals. So you can really get a look of how you can complete your tasks and your goals. Further here, in your notes, you would want to organize them, and you can organize them by creating folders. So I would create a folder for the book, and then in there I would put the notes on book, and then I would put in the book related notes. So write draft and all these things. And then I could also maybe create a folder that would have actions. So the goals, the book would be the goal, and then the different actions that I have to perform, such as write draft, I could put that here, do the character sketches, that those would be actions related to complete my goals, and then put that folder in book. So that is how you can really organize all your goals and tasks and how you would come about completing those goals. Now, in order to monitor your growth more, what you can do is you can really make use of the daily note that you have. So when we need to make a note, we go here, but the daily note is down here. And when you click here, you can open the daily note. So when you click here, you get the date, and then you have your daily note. So try and make sure that every day you write a note or you list what tasks you got completed or what actions you took, how many tasks are complete, how much did you do. You can also make a daily note that you can view every day, and in that you can write in daily actions for your goals. For example, we do have our actions telling us that we need to write a draft, and in order to do that we might have some further details on how we can achieve that. You can note in your daily notes to maybe write 500 words daily, right? So you can note things like this in your daily notes and make sure that you follow them. And when you complete the smaller tasks, that would lead up to finally completing the greater goals. And that way you can really track your progress. If you really done your work daily, have you done all the tasks that you had to for the day? And then you could have your daily notes. So I would have one note here, then I could add another one, and then I would have several daily notes with different dates. So one for the second, one for the third, one for the fourth, and I would have all of them listed out here. Then I could go in weekly, and every week I could go through those notes and then note down how much I completed. So I could create a new note and I could name that weekly progress note, and note in there how much progress I have made during that week. And then you could go for a month as well. So that is how you can track your progress. You can also use plugins. If you go down here and click on settings, then you can open up community plugins, and you can just click on turn on community plugins. And then from here, you can install different plugins to help you track your growth and your progress. And then go and click on browse. And from here, you can use different plugins to help you track your growth, how well you are growing, and the completion of your tasks, and how progress is going, if the progress is going well or not. So you can use these to really help you track all of that. So that is it. That is how with Obsidian you can track your growth and manage your goals very easily.